have officially switched to Linux. After 2 years of having Windows problems, I have finally decided that was the last straw. I got a USB and installed Linux. Now, why did I install Linux on my main desktop PC, where I use a lot of Windows programs to edit, record videos, and even do schoolwork on? Well, there's many major Windows problems I have had in the past, and I was able to fix them. So two of the problems are just bad-ish, and those are the most major problems I had. One of them being in May, where I had just got a lot of blue screens trying to start up my PC, and then once I did start up, the whole desktop was black, and you can only run things from the command prompt. Or if you know how to use the command prompt and start a VM, and you can start up a VM from there, you can start a VM from there. Thank God I did. And I used Windows 7 in a VM for a week, which was not ideal at all. And then I reset my PC, restalled my ads. Everything was fine then. Everything ran right until this week. A few days ago, I was trying to record a video, macOS video. I was trying to get macOS on a VM, and it kept freezing up with Docker and WSL, which is the Linux subsystem. And I restarted my PC, and I kept getting watchdog errors right after I downloaded WSL and Docker and ran the programs. They ran fine. I said maybe I can just boot up into safe mode and get the program fixed. Well, that didn't work at all because I couldn't even get into safe mode without giving me a watchdog error, which was very weird because safe mode is basically just a whole separate thing. But if I couldn't get to it, I could only boot up my BIOS to reset Windows completely, and I thought that was my last straw. I'm just going to get rid of Windows completely. I can't really get rid of Windows completely, but I want to get off of Windows, trying to transition to other operating systems like Linux, and this is how I'm here now. So what about app support with Linux? Because most of the apps I did use were on Windows and things like that. Well, the editors I use I don't really use my Disk Resolve, but I have used KG Live and Premiere Pro, and luckily for me, they have it on here. There's also very different tweaks you could do to get apps you actually need. And if you, like me, you don't need many apps, you might need like a VM once or twice. There's VMs, there's even Kimi, there's even replacements for voice meter if you needed it. And there's also very different replacement apps, just like Photoshop, there's GIMP, and there's many different replacement apps that you can use if you said you didn't want to switch to Linux, but you need to find something that worked on Windows. And there's also Wine. Wine works specifically with Linux to get Windows apps on it, which is also good. Maybe very buggy, but that's also good if you only need one or two apps from Wine. Now we're going to talk about Linux as an operating system. Does it feel complete? With my experience for a week and getting all my apps, what I need installed, my codecs, yes, from the first install until I just booted in, it was snappy, it was fast, and everything was just in one place. It was complete. And luckily for me, I have used Ubuntu before, so it was just an easy choice for me to switch to Ubuntu instead of Mint. But Ubuntu or any other Linux distro feels complete. Even Debian feels more complete because it's based off it. But Linux feels complete. Everything's in one place. Like, yeah, as you can see this bar right here, everything, apps. You also have file managers, folders. You could just get to it by one click. You can even get into your Windows HDD if you want to, if you're dual booting. All your apps are at one place. You can click your apps, you can get the terminal if you want to, you can get the system monitor. I do like about Linux, everything correlates to each other, even some things that shouldn't. Everything looks similar. In Windows, nothing really looks similar. You got some places where back in older versions of Windows 11, everything was mixed with Windows 10 and Windows 11. It wasn't always as smooth now, and it still isn't smooth. As you know, the system monitor or task manager in Windows used to be just a square and everything should be jumbled up. Linux, in my experiences, everything has a correlation or looks the same. Even the task manager, and if you did compare it to the file explorer, they look kind of very similar in ways that you know. Everything looks similar, you can get to places, and everything, it just looks very similar. For me, Linux is very fast, very efficient operating system that I will attempt to daily drive at least for a month to see if my experience has changed, if I have any problems with Linux, and I'll make an update video on that in about a month from now. But for me, my Linux experience so far is pretty smooth. After I learned the curves and things to how to download things from terminal, everything else has been so smooth. I got to my apps fast. I know how to run things in terminal. I know how to install apps now. And everything just feels so smooth once you learn how to use it. So thank you for coming to my little Linux TED Talk, and I will update you on this Linux thing in a month.